On this webinar, we're going to take a look at Temp Desk, and we're going to take a look specifically at bulk shift filling using drag and drop. This will also include unbooking and amending shifts in bulk, and bulk copying or extending those shifts. So we're now sitting in our Temp Desk section here, and at the top, so first of all, we need to go and look at our shifts that we want to fill. So we can see in our home carer job here, we've got shifts we need filling. So to be able to fill those shifts, you always must click on that particular line and the plus button. And that will then show you the available shifts you need to fill. So now you then go down to the bottom section that lists all of the temps in there. Now you can see, now that I've opened up these shifts, if I close them, just to show you, you've got 290 temps. If I open up those shifts, you can see we've now got 5. The reason for that is the home carer is the job category for that particular job. So it's coming down here and it's defaulting and filtering to find candidates that have that same job category so they match that job. So you can see it's defaulting to home carer. So brilliant, I've got 5 people in there that match that, and I can go and give them a call using the numbers available down here and then speak to them and see if they are free to work those particular shifts Monday to Thursday. So as you're speaking to people, if you're clicking on the control key, you can then use your mouse to say, right, the first person could then work Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. You can speak to the next person and they might be able to work every day. You're like, great. And then we've got the third person could only work Tuesday. Next person can't work at all. And then what you would do is log their unavailability. And then the last person we can see can also work on Tuesday and also Thursday. So you're just clicking on and selecting, as long as you've hit the control key and you're holding it down, and then you'll use your mouse to select the cells, you can then click on this one here, drag it up to the top, and then release your mouse. And it's going to book all those candidates in one go. Now, because you're doing it in bulk, at the top here, when you're booking them in, you don't have any option to then be able to go and change the rates on those jobs. You can only do that when you're doing single shift booking. The reason for that is it's linking to too many people at one time, so too many candidates. So imagine when you're doing it in a single candidate, you can select multiple shifts on multiple days for that one person, and you can amend the rates on there because it knows it's just one person. It's going to build one assignment for that person, and it's fine with you changing those rates. But if you've got multiple people, it doesn't know how to go and amend different assignments at one time. So as you can see, you have to use the agreeable rates that you've already put in on that job. You then on here can say send docs by email, so it will produce emails for every candidate and for the client. You can choose not to send out those emails if you wish, or you can send out letters by selecting post. And once you've done that, you can confirm. And what it's going to do, it'll take a second or so because it's so many people you're doing at one time, but it will book those candidates into those shifts, which is great. Look at this. So you can see exactly who's working on what day, and you can see the last shifts in here that you need to fill. You'll also be able to see in here that it goes yellow to show the ones that are partially filled, and it shows the numbers of what you've got to do still. So that's how you can book multiple candidates into multiple shifts at one time. Now, when it comes to unbooking people, it's all you need to do. It's very similar with when you're selecting, you're always going to use the control key and your mouse. So say if we go, you do that right now, that certain people can't work. We could say in here, Jean actually rang up sick. She can't work Monday or Tuesday. And then maybe we've got Rennie that can't work Thursday anymore. So it can be the same candidate you're selecting, or it can be different candidates. Oh, sorry, we've selected the wrong person. Let's go Jean here and Rennie here. And then when you've done that, so you're just selecting multiple people, click on one of the cells here, and you'll see here you've got an unbook option. So you can just click on that. It will ask you what you'd like to do for those shifts. So it says, do you either want to pick number 1, so option 1, unbook and delete all of those shifts? Or number 2, do you want to unbook and make them available for rebooking in there? So you've got choices in that section. So I'm going to go for number 2. I don't want the shifts to disappear and delete. I want to be able to rebook those shifts. Who's unbooked in those scenarios? You can say who that is. So I'm going to say the candidate. You can make any notes into here as to what they've said or why they're unbooking. A note in here, you can also make the candidate or candidates unavailable. So that'll link to their AWR clock, and you can say the reason they're unavailable. So of course, I've selected two different candidates in this scenario. If the reasons that they are calling up and being unbooked are different, you'd want to do them one at a time. So let's go with sickness. There we go. And again, you can send out docs or emails, or you don't have to, like I'm not in this instance. So now you can see they've been unbooked from those shifts, and we've got more shifts we now need to fill. So the next thing we're going to take a look at is amending shifts that have been filled. So same thing, control key, use your mouse, and then you can click on here. So Wednesday and Thursday, we're going to amend the shifts for Jean. And then you just need to click onto one of the cells here, and then it's always going to be the green one that's going to amend those shifts. So you can go in there, and as you can see, you can change the start time, the end time, the break, and whether it's paid or not. So what about for shifts that have not yet been filled? So it's very much the same applies. So control key, so we can say in there that you might want to go in and click on, let's do 6 till 6 on Tuesday, and let's do 6 on 6 on Thursday. So if you click on there, see again, you can go and amend that by clicking on the green tick and changing that, the times in there. Or you could do the same again and then click on it again, and you've got the dustbin to delete those shifts. So you click on that, deletes them out, and they are gone. So that's how you can amend or delete either filled or unfilled shifts, or unbook, should I say. The last thing we're going to take a look at is either copying shifts or extending shifts. So say on this example, the client rings up and they say, you know, the shifts that we've got on Wednesday and Thursday, we actually want the same shifts to be replicated on Friday and Saturday. So we just need the same shifts. So what you can do is, again, clicking on the control key, you can click on the shift from here that you need. And then what you can do is hover always on the 00, so where it shows the number of shifts. And can you see now it's going to then let me replicate those shifts or copy them into Friday and Saturday. So when I let go of the control key and click up with the mouse, you can either create empty shifts, so it's going to replicate those shift times but not fill anybody in them, so you can then book. Or if they've asked for those two candidates to come back in on Friday and Saturday and it's all good, you can then extend the bookings. It's going to run an extension in there. Again, you can send out emails confirming that. I'm not going to in this case. Use the agreeable rates, confirm, all done. And then we can see, look, it's just book them in. And you can do that with as many or as few shifts as you want. So you can go and go, actually, we need one extra on Thursday. Or you can say, oh, we need 2 extra on Thursday. Yeah, and in that instance, we're going to say, let's create empty shifts. So it's going to add those into that section. And you can do that. You can pick up the whole week shifts. You can then use your arrow in there to go to the next week, and then you can copy them into that week after. So it's a brilliant way of just going in. And so you've got a choice. You can always use, don't forget, shift ranges, shift patterns, the plus button, or you can kind of pick up many shifts in there in bulk and copy or extend them. So many different tools in that temp desk.